going on?
They're telling everybody.
What's that?
It's announcing to everyone that it's going live right now. I'll let
It sure is. Yeah, what's up, dog? What's it time for, Freddie?
Cooking.
Is it time for cooking? What do you want to do right now? You want to make a salad for us tonight? Yeah. All right. But no water right now, okay? You need to cut all this up in this, and we need to mix it real good. And then there's this special stuff too. So you need to chop everything up. All right. We got people on?
Yep.
Great. What's up, guys? How's it going?
There's a really weird glare coming in.
All right. Well. How's that?
That's just coming from the overhead lights. Okay, whatever.
All right. So tonight we're going to be making oven braised chicken, which is a recipe. Not the recipe itself, but the technique is that I like to make every once in a while at home. And you let the chicken braise in the oven uncovered, so it kind of crisps the skin up really well. The technical difficulties there. How's that?
Yeah, somebody told me to wipe off the lens.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So we're going to be doing some mashed potatoes and some grilled broccolini. I got a nice delivery from my friend Michael over at Finex yesterday. So we've got, you want to come over here, honey?
Sure.
Got a couple of new toys we're going to play with. We got this Dutch oven, and right here you can see I've got it set up with this steamer basket. And we're going to steam the mashed potatoes so they don't take on too much water. If you have them boil and they kind of break apart and they're really clumpy. We're going to steam the mashed potatoes. And then we got this new badass grill pan right here. And we're going to grill up this beautiful purple broccolini that I picked up today. You see that? That's gorgeous. We're going to serve that with some toasted walnuts.
What?
Chef Freddie has some toasted walnuts here. He's going to be making the salad because every good dinner needs a salad. So Freddie's on the salad. What do you put in your salad tonight, Freddie? Just like tasty stuff?
Not that.
Not that? Why don't kids like tomatoes? What the hell is going on with them? Well, you got to cut it up and put it in because Mommy and Daddy want it. So first things first, I want to let you guys...
Nope, don't play with that, honey.
Oh yeah, I told you, that's right.
Oh, wow. Right.
First things first, if you guys tuned in tonight, the recipe is on our in our story. It's also saved in the tab right below my profile on my homepage. We're also putting these videos up on YouTube. I know my friend Michael posted it over on the Finex website. And whoever cooks this dish either tonight or tomorrow or early Sunday morning and gets it on the internet and tags Finex by Sunday, we'll announce, Sunday at noon, we'll announce the winner, and they'll get a free Finex pan sent to them. So that's pretty awesome. So first things first for this recipe, when I'm making mashed potatoes, I want to make sure that my mashed potatoes are going to be done because I can kind of reheat them. Someone had talked to me about how do you cook for lots of people at once. You want to cook smart, right? Mashed potatoes, when they're done and they're sitting in this pan right here, if they get a little bit cool, I can just pop them in the oven or turn the stove on and stir them to get them hot again. But you would hate to have everything else ready and be waiting for your potatoes to cook. So I'm going to go ahead and get these on first. Then I'm going to get that chicken in the oven.
So someone did email us, Lori Mendoza, and she had asked, you know, she's cooking for a lot of people. Her whole family is kind of quarantining with her, and one person in her family is vegan, and so she kind of wanted to know what's the best way to cook for large groups of people that have different dietary needs.
Sure. I mean, when we're at the restaurant, we're always getting hit with dietary restrictions. You know, we do our best. You know, we want to cook for everybody, make everybody happy, because if you're doing it right, that's why you're in this business. You know, is it Lori?
Yeah.
One of the things that you can do, Lori, is make a meal, but plan on some of the accompaniments to your meal being vegan. For instance, if you were making this dish with the roasted chicken, or the nothing. If you were making the chicken dish that we're going to be making tonight, go ahead and make that. But maybe you serve it with a pasta dish, some noodles that are vegan, and a salad that's vegan, and so that your one vegan person isn't left out, but the dish is enhanced with the meat and the stew that's on it. For instance, right now you could do like a really nice like spring pea, olive oil, green garlic spaghetti. And you could just have a little bowl of Parmesan cheese on the table or something like that that might make it better. Have the salad be vegan. If someone...
What's that peeler that you're using, and where can someone get it?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna wipe the lens one more time. Thank you. Sorry, not a professional.
I think Fubon, but I'm not sure.
That I think came from the cabin.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, it came home with me from work.
Oh. Anyway, what is it?
They're both
Michelle Thornton.
They're both done in the oven. Braising is when you are cooking it in liquid in the oven. So we're going to be braising this chicken, which means that it's essentially roasting with a lot of liquid. I think that the definition of a true braise is that the liquid is not completely, the item is not completely submerged in the liquid. So for instance, I'll show you when we get to the chicken right after this. You would have a little bit of exposed, like the liquid would only come up 3/4 of the way. And so braise is kind of the best of both worlds, where you get a roasted effect.
And so many people have emailed and asked about cleaning cast iron pans, and we are definitely gonna do a tutorial on that.
I'm gonna get these potatoes in, but I have some great information on cast iron. I think what I would really like to do is, we can talk about it, but what I really want to do is, as soon as this quarantine is over, I'm going to get my good friend Michael. Oh shit, he's got the cheese.
Oh no.
That's not enough for you, Freddie?
He's been so excited for this cooking show. He starts at 3 o'clock standing at the edge of that counter asking if it's time to cook yet. And we have to think of a million different ways to keep him distracted. Be super careful, honey.
Okay, so the potatoes are in. We're steaming. I'm going to check them I'm setting my mental timer for 20 minutes. I'm going to check them. So a couple things on cast iron real quick. You can go to the Finex website and get yourself this nifty cast iron care kit right here. And it's got the oil you need, it's got a chain link scrubber and an oak wood scraper, so you're not going to damage the pan. You know, around here, kids, family, I'm not always the one cooking. I've kind of given up on the traditional, like, never wash the cast iron in the sink, treat it like your baby, because that's just a recipe for me to get really frustrated. So I've come up with a great technique. I use the cast iron pan. If it gets dirty, I take it over right away so the stuff doesn't get crusted on, and I just use water with the nice gentle edge of the sponge, and I wipe it out and clean it just like you would wash a dish, and then right away I return it to the stove. I dry it off, and then I put it back on the stove after it's been cleaned to dry off any residual water or moisture that's in there. And then I take just about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of this cooking oil that I use, put it in the pan, wipe it out with a paper towel, and then that's how I store my cast iron pan, so it reseasons, and I don't have to stress and get freaked out about my pan getting messed up.
All right, and then we have a question from Kristen Herbs. She wants to know, what is Freddie's favorite thing to eat?
Freddie, what's your favorite thing to eat?
Walnuts?
Walnuts? I don't think so.
Let's see, what is your favorite thing to eat? Snacks, huh? Your favorite thing is anything from the snack cabinet.
Do you like pasta noodles? That.
Strong silent type tonight, huh? And then she also wants to know, she says, I generally follow a recipe, but how do I get better at just winging it?
That's a great question to ask. And I think the best way that you can get good at just winging it is by not being scared to mess up. Mm-hmm. And then if you do mess up, like a lot of people get really hung up on exactly how perfect cooking has to be. And there is no perfection. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I write these recipes like at 4:30 in the morning when I wake up. And it's dark out and I've got my coffee and I'm watching the news. And I haven't made this stuff before, you know, it's not like stuff that I've tested out, and we just, you know,
lots of practice.
Practice, but like it's okay if something doesn't go right, and if taste your food, and if something's a little bit off, like, you know, when it comes to like when we're making this chicken, and if it comes to like a quarter cup of the balsamic vinegar or like 3 tablespoons, like, it's just not really going to matter all that much in the long run. It might be, that just means that it tastes a little bit more balsamic-y than not. Like, sure, if you put like 2 cups in versus a quarter, but you have to be afraid to just kind of wing it and have fun with it. So why don't you come over here, honey? We're going to go ahead and get this chicken recipe in the oven. So this is that oil that you all want to know about. I buy it from Provista Specialty Foods. You can probably buy this at Providor Fine Foods, I would guess. And this is the 75% canola, 25% olive. It's what I use for almost everything except if I want a specific like extra virgin olive oil flavor, which we'll use a little bit later. Or if I'm going to deep fry, I'll use a true vegetable canola.
But nobody has as much as we do.
All right, so these chicken thighs here. This is, if I'm cooking chicken, this is my absolute favorite. Kind of a source of contention in the house because Hannah does not like the bone in the chicken.
No. I don't like surprises.
Oh,
meat surprises.
You don't like meat surprises?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We got that. So I just cut it out for her. But to me, this is the absolute most flavorful and cheapest piece of chicken that you can get. And I always make a point of getting it with the bone and the skin. It gets real tender, and if you're gonna braise it, it keeps its shape real nice. So, medium-high heat. And I'm not really looking to get the most intense browning on this because the oven is gonna do that for me. I just wanna kind of set these a little bit. Once again, I'm going to crowd this pan because I want this to be a full pan when I braise them.
Okay, so someone did ask, how do you tell what's missing as a seasoning? Like, how do you strike a balance in the flavor? What kind of balance are you looking for?
Well, I think that practice is what it really takes. Taste food, and when you taste food, if somebody else made it, think about it. So I just, over this quarantine, am learning to play the guitar, right? And I don't know much about playing the guitar. There's people that do know, and they can hear it, and they understand that a chord is needed or where like a progression should be. That's because they've practiced a lot. And so now when I'm listening to music, I'm trying to hear that.
Did you brine the chicken first for this recipe?
No.
And then why canola oil? Why not straight olive oil? People are obsessed with the oil. I don't care.
That's what I was just saying earlier. Put whatever oil you want in there.
Everyone wants to know. Iodized salt, not kosher?
Kosher salt.
Kosher right salt. Here. Yeah, we're using kosher salt.
We just got, my good friend Ben just brought me some kosher salt. And then we're going to finish all of our dishes with that flake salt. If you want to put, olive oil is fine for this recipe though. It's not going to mess it up.
Did you salt it earlier or just now in front of everybody?
Just now in front of everybody.
Can I
have a tomato? No, look, you have all this stuff to cut up.
Do you want a pan? Is that what you want? All right. And do you have something in the oven?
No.
Are you preheating it?
Yeah.
What are you preheating it to?
358.
Okay. Yes, he salted it before he put it in the pan. No pepper. But you can add pepper if you want.
Sure. We're going to put some pepper in it.
Oh, Someone wants you to finish your guitar metaphor that I interrupted.
Right? I know, right? So what I was saying is, I wasn't going to bring it up because I have a happy marriage,
I don't know who I'm answering to here. It's like I got all these questions, and then you're the boss, and
so
I don't know.
What I was going to say is the guitar metaphor. If someone that plays the guitar can hear what's needed in a song or where to go next, you cook enough, you understand. But what we're trying to find is a balance between salt, fat, and acid. There's a woman who wrote a cookbook who got famous by that Holy Trinity, and for all of those things, salt is kind of like the base note, right? So, fat is the base note. It covers your mouth, it coats it. Salt is going to be that middle right there, where it plays like, it boosts everything up. And then the acid is what really rounds everything out. That's the high note. You get that acid mixed with the salt. That's what a vinaigrette is. Yeah, sure.
Oh, are you cooking? Oh, let's not open the oven. You're only 3. Why don't you ask a grown-up to do that? Oh, someone likes my filming. I feel like I have a new career in Instagram filming.
Here you go, Freddie.
Nope, don't turn the knobs on the oven, honey.
Okay, so very, very lightly brown. Just kind of see how they plumped up a little bit.
There was a woman who asked, or a person who asked, how do you not overcook the chicken?
You want it... well, you follow the recipe that I gave you and cook it for just about an hour. But you're probably not going to overcook this chicken because you're cooking it in all that liquid. It's not going to dry out, as you can see. That's the point of this.
You know, I'm not going to turn that on because it would get hot and then you could get burned.
So onions. Hey, Freddie, do you want to put this? Do you want to dump this in the pan?
Help Daddy, yeah.
Put it in. Watch out, there's oil.
There you go.
Get it all in there. Good job. This is a great recipe. Be careful. If you're cooking for people and you want to be done ahead of time, because you're braising it so it's not going to dry, you can cook it ahead of time and then keep it kind of warm and pull it out and finish it. Ready? So we have the oil that was left from stirring the chicken. We've got some chopped thyme. I actually remember to use herbs from our garden.
Nice.
Mushrooms. If you are fancy, if you don't live in Milwaukee and you can get to a store that has something fancier, feel free to use like chanterelle or morel might be happening right now. We've got some sliced garlic here.
So just really quick, say again, people are asking what you added. So you added onions, garlic.
Onion, garlic, thyme.
Mushroom.
Mushroom. And then we're going to add black pepper.
Oh, honey, please stop opening the oven.
A little bit of crushed red pepper. I like just a little taste of spice in my food.
Okay. Is it hot? Is it on?
Go in.
Oh, that's going to melt, that handle.
No, it won't. I promise you. 100% love. If you have to wait 10 minutes, okay? We set a timer.
So, the salt is in the squirt bottle because we use a lot of salt, and that's just a kitchen hack.
It's what we do at the restaurants, and I brought it home.
It keeps the salt cleaner.
Every cook, if you come into the restaurant, there's a station that does the grill, a station that does sauté, and a station that does the salads and the desserts. And everyone has one of these so that they're not sticking their fingers, right? This is before we were worried about COVID-19. We were not sticking our fingers in your food.
Let's get this out because it's just going to get hot as hell, and then he's going to want to hold it and play with it.
So
it's hot.
We're doing, come over here.
Yep.
We're sweating.
It's hot.
It's not.
Oh, okay.
We're sweating down these ingredients ever so slightly, just to kind of let the flavors bloom. And you can see when we talk, there's a difference between sauteing and sweating. Sweating is when you're just looking for it to turn lightly translucent. You're not going full on crazy high temperature. Sauteing is when you're going to see people just full blast getting a ripping hot pan and tossing it in there and shooting it around. Hey, you have plenty of stuff to cook over there, Chef.
Yeah, you're wasting food and we're in a pandemic, okay? So, can you stop?
Can I cook these?
Yeah, you can have those, but stop using good edible food, okay?
All right, so in the recipe I said red wine, sherry, port, anything, cream sherry, mushroom. Buy a bottle of this at the store, cream sherry, and if you're doing a mushroom dish, use it in there. I promise you, you'll be happy. 1 cup. And I'm just gonna let that alcohol cook off briefly.
Any suggestion for a mushroom substitute?
You don't have to put mushrooms in there.
Just onion.
Yeah, more onion. Maybe some like diced up sweet potatoes will be good, or even some new potatoes. So then I'm just gonna put a splash of balsamic. This is that when we were talking about the making the song, right? This is gonna be that high note. And then this is something that you're not gonna see me using at the restaurant, but at home I love it. It's kind of a secret weapon. It's this better than bouillon roasted chicken base. And what happens is the chicken stock that you buy in the store that you use at home just isn't going to be as potent as the stuff as you use in the restaurant. So you toss a little bit of this in there, and you're really just fortifying that flavor.
You need help?
And then this is my chicken stock. Again.
Every time.
I'll be right back.
What are you working on, Freddie? So Freddie's shirt is off Amazon. I just type in the kids' names, then I write t-shirt, and then I write vintage after. And there's this like secret link to all these shirts that have these funny sayings with anybody's name in them. Except for mine.
Okay. So I'm just going to put a sprinkle of salt in here. We've got all of our herbs, our vegetables. We've got the wine, the chicken broth, the base. We've got a little bit of vinegar to give it that high note. And now what we're going to do is add these chicken pieces back in. And this is super not hard to make, especially if you have the stuff cut up ahead of time. All right, so you see that? You see how the skin side is up there? Now I'm just gonna bring this to a boil.
Mama, I need a cup of water in here.
Cream sherry.
Just eat your gummies. Cream sherry is sweeter. Dry sherry is drier.
That's true. My name is Japanese. Maybe that is why Freddie looks part Asian. We don't know. I'm gonna get Gabe Ancestry.com 23andMe for his birthday this year. And then we'll find out. Find out what's happening. So I'm just gonna go back to the computer and just ask a couple more questions.
Awesome.
Michael Ingram wants to know about knives. Like, how are you keeping your knives in good shape? How do you keep the kitchen pots and pans clean? Like, what is your kitchen maintenance routine? And should he buy a knife sharpener on Amazon?
I think you would have a much better chance and spend less money if you just took your knives twice a year to the Portland Knife House and let them sharpen them for you. They're going to sharpen them the way that Chef would on a whetstone. And if that's what you want, I think that's kind of crazy because you're going to ruin your own vitamins. But okay, so now we're boiling, we're cruising here. I'm going to go right in this oven. So we're jamming. And we're going to go right in. So when it comes to knives, don't spend too much to start because, you know, the ones that cost a crazy amount of money take a lot of care. I don't even use expensive knives.
I'm going to come on the other side of you.
Take it to go to the Portland Knife House. They're the best knife shop in Portland. Buy your knife there. Ask questions. Tell them how you use it. They won't try and rip you off. And then take it back to them and get sharpened. And then what you want to do as you're cooking, you see how I have 2 things on this towel. This is the same way I have it at work, and it's the way I have it at home. I'm cooking. Every once in a while, this is not going to sharpen your knife. But what it's going to do is it's going to hone your knife, which means it's going to straighten out that bevel or that little blade. And it's going to keep your knife sharper longer if you do this. I would say if you're going to make dinner, try to do what I just did 5 times. And that's going to keep that edge on your knife a little bit sharper. If you go to cut through an onion and you notice it's a little bit like you hear like a little, just give it a couple of passes on this stone. When you buy your knife, they'll show you how to use one of these stones or these steels as well.
So, any cast iron pan works. We're just using Finex because that's what we have.
Yeah, Finex is a great brand. It's made locally in Portland. It's handcrafted, and support the people that you love to run in the forest with. That's my,
Yeah, we're friends with him.
That's why, hey, Ben and Jacobson and I went and ran in the Grand Canyon with Michael. So it's kind of like a Grand Canyon reunion tour of cooking tonight.
And then cutting boards that you recommend, like do you prefer wood or plastic, bamboo?
Yeah, just if you're into cooking, if you're watching this and you're like, hey, I'm into cooking, I want to spend, so many kitchen gadgets aren't worth it. A good solid wooden cutting board, a good cast iron pan, a simple chef's knife that's not too crazy. Those are the things, Get yourself one of these spatulas. It's called a fish spatula. A couple of good spoons. You just don't need all the gadgets that are out there.
And then could you just remind everybody what you're cooking tonight?
Sure. So yeah, if you join in the middle, we're making oven braised chicken with mushrooms, onions, and thyme. That's going to get finished with a little bit of cream and Dijon, grilled broccolini, and cheesy mashed potatoes.
All right.
So I'm going to go ahead and prepare this broccolini. The broccolini, this is the young broccoli. You've got this stalk that's wonderful. There's some leaves on it. And I like to go through and just trim off. It gets a little tough down there at the bottom. And since we're not cooking this all that much, I'm just going to go ahead and try and trim that off.
The spatula is just for anything. We just use the spatula. Just in general, we like that fish spatula a lot. We use it every time we cook.
I don't know if I'll use it tonight, but there's just certain tools. This is going to be out all the time. I usually have a very small little meat fork called a fourchette. Really, that's what it's called.
Fourchette.
Yeah. It's a small little meat fork that I use, and then a pair of like tweezers or tongs that are fairly large, but not like tongs like I was using to trim the chicken.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and this is the first time that we're getting to use this wonderful grill pan. Before somebody asks, if you say, but there's a grill right here in this kitchen, there is. And when we walked in, we bought this house, we were absolutely stunned and blown away by this stove. We didn't look close enough. There's a grill here, but there's no way to clean it. So I would much rather use this grill pan and be able to clean it than have to deal with that. That's why. Someone's
upset we're going to get salmonella because the raw chicken was on that cutting board.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
It was on a plate.
Oh. All right. We're going to be fine, folks.
The raw chicken was always, person that was upset was always on a plate. But thank you for your concern.
This is how I feel when he plays against me in Monopoly, too. I have to question everything he's doing.
Not fair.
He moves so fast that it's kind of hard to keep up.
Always right, though.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and give, extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah. I think it's just helpful to remind everyone that the oils aren't super important.
I mean, whatever you cook with isn't important. Sometimes, You want the flavor of olive oil. You can cook with olive oil.
I love olive oil. I use it for everything, and I love coconut oil. But I love, love, love olive oil. And I want to do an olive oil cake. It's my favorite.
Yeah, let Hannah know if you think we should make an olive oil cake on this show. Do
Or
a dessert.
anything.
Yes, if you guys want to see a dessert.
Yeah.
Let's check in on our mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Potatoes always take way longer than I want them to take.
If
Freddie,
anybody has any questions too, now's a good time to. You have any questions, Freddie?
No.
What are you working on?
Soup.
Soup?
Oh, I feel like soup just went on the ground.
No, he's using the trash can as like a
Oh.
holding. You're cooking on the trash can. Oh, somebody did ask, what are your favorite cookbooks other than your own that you use for like cooking at
I
home?
make my own soup.
I mean, the joy of cooking is probably the best, most user. Nice. The joy of cooking is just you can't go wrong with that. But let's see, as far as books that I use at home for cooking,
We just look.
I look through a lot of cookbooks, but the
Like-
joy of cooking is be the one. I think that when it comes to cookbooks, the French Laundry cookbook to me is like the holy Bible of cookbooks.
Oh,
That's
right.
the book that, like, I've never heard of French Laundry, even though I grew up in Napa. When I decided that I wanted to cook at the age of 18, I went, and it was at the bookstore. It had just come out, so it was like featured. I picked it up. I actually spent $50 on it as a 18-year-old kid. Got home and I read it twice, cover to cover. And it was like, okay, that's what I'm doing.
So people definitely want to do the olive oil cake. Someone suggested chocolate olive oil cake, which I've never had, and a gluten-free one, which I wholeheartedly agree with.
Okay, so gluten-free
Yes.
chocolate olive oil cake.
And yes, we eat the leaves on the broccoli.
Yes. So someone had also emailed about keeping clean. So you see, while I'm kind of hanging out waiting for things to cool down.
Do you like the 6 Seasons cookbook?
Yeah, it's fantastic. No.
Let's see. What does the inspiration come from for recipes? Do you start with a protein and go from there?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes for recipes at the restaurant, sometimes I'll be eating at somebody else's restaurant and I'll taste a flavor combination that'll get me going. Sometimes there'll just be banter happening, or I'll see an ingredient come across that's new. Sometimes it's like, hey, we need some pork on the menu. We haven't had pork in a couple months. What are we going to do with pork? Sometimes I've eaten a peanut butter parfait at Dairy Queen, and I'm like, we need to do something with peanut butter.
What wine or cocktail would you pair with this dinner tonight?
LaCroix, watermelon.
No. What kind of wine would you suggest somebody drink
Oregon
with,
Pinot Noir.
with the chicken? And then I can show you some of our cookbooks over here. We like Jelena a lot, so we'll look at the pictures for inspiration more so than follow the recipes. And then we have 6 Seasons here. And my favorite, which is not here, I love this one, is Anatomy of a Dish, which I don't know who wrote that, but I think it's really beautiful and inspiring, and it shows you vegetables that are seasonal. And then a lot of people have asked, how did you like working with Meredith Erickson on your cookbook?
A lot. I don't think that. I feel. I love working with Meredith on our cookbook. She was an amazing writer, an amazing project manager. I feel kind of bad because it was, you could say, a very transformative point in my life. And she had to put up with
No.
a lot, maybe with me, maybe having a few too many glasses of wine during our
You don't
meetings.
do any of the dishes in this house, so I don't think that
Hey.
you get free reign.
Chill out. But she was amazing, and she knew what she was doing, and I didn't. And I will say that writing a cookbook next to being a parent is still the hardest thing I've ever done.
We don't drink any wine, so we can't really, I mean, I don't know, do you have any Oregon Pinot Noirs that you recommend?
Yeah. Walter Scott.
Walter Scott.
Also,
Oh, somebody really wants to see the chicken fried trout done at home.
Jeez, man.
These are complicated. It's getting hard. We're turning into a little
the
pigeon.
marination or the little vinaigrette for this broccoli dish. I don't remember my recipe though, so.
You're just making it up.
Yeah, but it's there for you guys.
Yeah. So if what chef would you want a cooking lesson from, or if you could pick their brain?
I think I would like to hang out with Daniel Bosch. I mean, I have, but like I would like to cook with him.
Ow. Freddie, please get out of the cabinets, honey.
But
So I'm microplaning more garlic. Freddie, you gotta chill out, man. Get over and cook food.
Honestly, guys, I'm glad you're supporting us, but I really don't think I want chicken fried trout cooked in my house. I mean, it'd just be it'd make the whole house.
No, we kind of, yeah.
That's too much work.
Maybe
Too many dishes.
If the restaurants get open again, we can go down and do that. But
That would be a lot to do in our kitchen.
what I can do though is if enough people are really nice, and ask in really nice ways, I will is nice and marinated with oil and salt, and then we're just making a real nice.
You know, somebody asked what our favorite Portland restaurant is, and it's hard because we do get asked that a lot, but honestly, we are not dining out in restaurants that often because we have 3 kids.
Gino's
and
maybe?
we love Gino's, that's for sure.
I like to go to Ava Jean's quite often. Because I don't make pasta like that.
Canteen is my favorite.
Canteen, right?
I love that place.
dinner.
Let's start having dinner.
Fogo de
Are you
Chao,
setting
I
the
really
table?
love Fogo de Chao a lot.
And we love P.F. Chang's.
These are not the answers we should be sharing with everybody.
Okay. Well, Gino's, yeah, for sure. Oh, we love chicken and guns.
Yeah.
But that's a food cart.
Okay, so here, come over here. Let's actually get back to some cooking for some folks that want to. I'm getting ready to grill this broccoli off, and I made a little dressing so I could grill it and then toss it. It's balsamic, olive oil, rosemary, garlic, lemon zest, a little black pepper, salt, and crushed red pepper.
Where did you find the broccolini from? It's a purple broccoli?
Yeah, this broccolini is just a young broccoli, the spring young broccoli. This broccolini, they had it at the Fred Meyer in Milwaukee.
Wow. Are you setting the table?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I put my soup in the middle.
Your soup's in the middle and everyone's going to eat that tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What? Oh, his soup? Yeah, I'm scared. He'll eat it though. He eats everything he makes.
Yeah, he does. So those potatoes probably have... Whew, we're getting down to it. We got to hurry up.
Yeah, the green sauce is amazing.
All right, I'm going to grill the broccoli.
Wherever you want me to sit.
Actually,
Next to you? Aw, thank you. I'm so excited.
Oh, wait, let's do this.
Is the broccoli posted, the recipe? Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all posted. And is this also over on the Finex website, somebody
Yeah,
said?
I think it's Finex. Put it in their newsletter. It's probably on their website. It's posted in the Instagram stories, and it will be in the header. If you go to my page, you can see where all my recipes are.
So the grill pan is a Finex pan with grill lines in it. And he's just using the other Finex pan to weight it down. And you're just going to, like, what would the timing be on this grilling? How long do you say? It's kind of a look.
Sit down.
Honey, I can't sit down right now.
Like maybe a minute or two on each side. I think that the process for this actually didn't get put in the recipe. I put a little more water in the steamer. I don't think our potatoes are going to be done though.
The top pan is not hot. No, it's just used as a weight. I don't know if there's an answer to this question.
Go for it.
I don't have the patience or time for cooking, yet I love to cook. I'm single, so I'm not trying to impress. What do I do?
Cook.
Yeah,
I've never been on Tinder, but I'm pretty sure if you put on your Tinder profile that you wanted to have somebody to cook for, you would find some pretty good swipe rights.
Yeah. And then for Cheeky Barbecue, he wants a couple of tips a home cook can adopt from pro chefs. I feel like that's what these videos are kind of.
For barbecue?
No. His name's Barbecue.
Oh.
He just wants to know what are tips for a home cook from a pro chef.
Ask me. That's what we're doing right now. I'm trying to. These aren't recipes I would cook in the restaurant.
These are just home recipes. The tips are maybe prep everything out, before you start cooking. Get everything ready to go. That helps a lot, and it helps keep things clean. Keep your condiments and spices like readily available.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
What are you doing?
He's getting those. Hey, no.
No.
Dinner's soon. No snacks.
He's trying to. No, we're not going to eat those right now.
Oh yeah, see, show everybody the volcanoes we made in homeschool today.
We did homeschool volcanoes today. Or Gabe did. Watch your fingers. Watch your fingers.
All right, let's check this broccolini out. I think that's been on for a couple minutes. I'm going to give it just another minute or two. You still want it to be al dente, but since it's pretty stocky, you want it to be
soft?
Cooked all right. All right.
What's cooked all right? Like a little soft?
Like just a little soft, like al dente. I'm going to give it just another actual minute. Somebody set a timer and tell me when a minute's up. All right, so we have. Oh man, here you go, babe. Look at this, your chicken's done. How did that happen?
Magic.
Oh my goodness. Look how good that looks. So that's been in the oven for an hour.
We did TV magic. He made that one earlier today so that it would be ready for the show. Somebody wants to know if we've cooked in our fireplace. No, we have not cooked in our fireplace.
I mean, that's a realistic question, though. I would love to cook in our fireplace.
We are not cooking in our fireplace. And I don't even want
I said I would love to. I didn't say that we were going to.
Why are you steaming and not boiling the potatoes?
Because I think they cook better and they don't blow up in the water and you have less water in your potatoes.
Okay.
So then we're just going to add a little bit of cream to this to make a sauce.
So somebody wants to know if you can braise on the stove because they have a tiny oven.
Yes. Yeah.
Would you just put a lid on it?
I mean, this won't happen to it. So you would want to brown it longer in the pan. So that's looking real nice in this new pan that we got.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to do the other part of it. And this is one of those things that will eat great, even if it cools down just a little bit.
So our spice rack is, I think it's from World Market or Target or something, but I'm actually going to weld a new one that goes like all along the back. I don't know. I'm going to make a new one that will hold all of our spices so we can actually see them. This one's been great, but it is a little bit hard to find what you want when you have a lot of spices.
So this cream got added in. Now I'm just going to simmer it down. Taste, like we talked about earlier. That's going to be delicious.
What's the best way to fry things without a deep fryer?
A pot like this would be fantastic. You just have to deal with the oil. So you would buy like a jug of oil, dump it in there, fry it, let it cool down, strain it, put it back in that jug. You could probably use it one more time. And then that's how you have to deal with it. But a cast iron pan is going to be really, really nice for frying food because it holds the temperature so well.
So I have a home setup for welding. I also I take classes at Clackamas Community College and use their facilities, which have everything there. But you do have to haul all of your material. And then the first thing Gabe cooked for me was probably pizza pockets, Totino's pizza rolls.
We were in that snowstorm and I went to Safeway and bought all the frozen food.
And pizza, Totino's pizzas. I don't know what the first thing you cooked was.
So I'm going to throw chopped parsley in this sauce here for the color.
How do you get rid of the oil if you live in an apartment?
You
put it in the trash, right?
Yeah. You would cool it down, put it back in the bottle, the same way we do.
I was up very late and saw an infomercial for Emerald Lagasse, and he has an air fryer.
So then we're going to add some 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. Once again, we talked about high notes. This is going to play that high note there. That's going to bring a little punch of flavor to you.
If you don't have cast iron pans, will this recipe work in stainless steel?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes, I was very impressed with Gabe's frozen food cooking because I was 25 and he was 27 and we just did not, it didn't matter. We were in love.
Yeah. So now I've got cream, mustard, parsley. Chicken's gonna go back in.
Wow.
And I'm just gonna continue to simmer it for just a second. I know the recipe called for 6 pieces, but they only gave me 11, so that one's 5.
Do you cook everything on a high heat? Pretty much.
Fairly. Excuse me, honey.
We're always in a hurry.
So I love serving food in the pan that I cooked it in, and maybe I might be able to sweet talk Michael into giving one of these. They have these, it's called a trivet, and it holds your hot pans when you're cooking. And there's a Finex one. So this looks great. It's beautiful. I'm just going to put this trivet down. Move this over here so it's out of the way. Turn the handle so the kiddo doesn't knock it down. Check on this broccoli. That looks great.
Can we look at the dish that's in the oven that wasn't like pre-made so we can see how far along that one's getting in the amount of time that we have here? So yeah, that's a little while left, but it's kind of crispy.
So I'd say another 30 minutes in there. So we've got this nice vegetable side here.
Who's gonna clean this mess up? Oh, Lord.
I know. I'm
It's
not
like
that-
not even us that's making that big of a mess. It's him.
And then we've got this simple little balsamic vinaigrette for our broccoli. I'm just going to drizzle it right over the top. Just a little bit there. And then an old sous chef at the restaurant named Andrew Mace, who's going to be opening up a restaurant in Portland once this is all over called Lazy Susan, which you'll definitely want to check out. Went vegetarian for a period of time. And he was eating, I think, like in my memory at least, nothing but broccoli and avocado. And at first I was like, dude, you're only eating broccoli and avocado. And then I cooked broccoli and avocado. And now every time I do grilled broccoli,
You
I
have to
also
do grilled. Are you going to grill the avocado?
No, we're not.
Oh, that would be really good.
Yeah, you can grill avocado really nicely, but for this,
So these dishes, some of them that we're using are from the ceramic studio I work at, and some are from the restaurant. And this is these are really fancy. What is this one?
Dudson brand. It's a
Dudson.
company out of England.
Yeah.
This was actually,
And we picked up some dishes from the restaurant to use.
No, this one is for our house. This
Oh.
was a sample that didn't cut the mustard because it was going to be too heavy for everyone to carry and too big.
I think the smoke alarm's going to go off again. It's really smoky in here. Oh, well, I turned it off because it's really hard to hear.
People probably like it. Maybe you can keep a running tally of how many.
Dudson. I'm just going to type that in so people.
How many times does the smoke alarm go off on Cooking with the Ruckers?
Someone said it scared their dog.
Scared our kids too.
No, they're very used to it.
No,
They're
but I
nice.
was freaked out.
Really?
Yeah. So I put a whole avocado on here because I'm from California. Connor's from California. Avocado's good. I'm gonna put a little bit more of this dressing all over.
Yeah. Someone's like, they could play a drinking game with the amount of times our smoke alarm will go off.
There you go. And you won't get that drunk.
No,
hopefully.
only a couple times.
And then I'm gonna finish this with some of this nice Jacobson flake salt. And
I think I may have said this last time,
some
but
toasted walnuts.
we have a mom friend at the kids' school said that our daughter has a scent of like smoked like beef jerky, and she's like, your house smells like cooking all the time and kind of smoky. And I was like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing.
Okay, a couple more minutes, and then this is a product I love. You can buy this at Providore as well. It's just a barrel-aged balsamic vinegar. Fairly expensive, probably about $40 for this, but it'll last you a long time. And it's like balsamic candy syrup. I highly suggest investing in this if you're a fan of a balsamic vinegar at all.
We can't move our smoke alarms. We don't know how.
There you go. You want to come over and get a couple of shots of... So there's two.
Somebody says Kewpie mayo thinned with calamansi vinegar is great on grilled broccoli.
I don't do no mayo.
No mayo in this house.
Unless I make it. Alright. I was really sweating this one, guys, but we did it.
They cooked just in time. We got 5 minutes left.
Okay.
What can you use for a cream substitute if you don't have it in the fridge? If you don't have cream? Milk? Can you use milk?
No, you could just throw a touch of butter in there. You don't have to have the cream. You'll be okay without it. Sour? Yeah, no, I would just... Milk will break. So I put butter in there. And this is, once again, someone asked about tips to keeping the the kitchen fairly clean. And if I didn't have a sous chef named Freddie, I would be a lot cleaner.
Oh my gosh, what is he doing?
Oh, he's making cupcakes.
He's moved his. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah.
This guy, I don't know. We gotta fire him.
Oh, milk. That was about. I can't remember what I put in the recipe, but that was about.
And also, Finex is doing their giveaway in relationship to this video. So if you go over to their Instagram, you'll be able to link to their website, find all the names of these different pans. And if you cook this meal, you can submit it, tag them in it, tag us in it, and they're going to pick a winner, and the winner will get a
free pan.
A free pan.
That's about a $200 value. So sour cream. I love sour cream in my potatoes. Little salt. You know where the little thing is?
What is it?
The little mixer.
Oh, the mixer's down here.
Yeah, but where are the beaters?
Oh gosh, Freddie had those last. I saw him with those. And then I saw him outside by the trampoline.
The beaters for this?
Yeah. Because he's taking all his stuff outside. They live in there normally.
Shit.
Look in the dishwasher.
I loaded it. I don't think they're going to use it. Alright, well, we won't.
I don't know.
We won't stress about that.
I don't know where they are. Oh god, they could be in the kids' room too. Uh-oh.
Alright, so we'll take our cooked potatoes into our warm dairy.
Will you check the email for questions again? Do you have a question, Caitlin? I can ask it right now. I just checked the email, but I'm kind of stuck over in this part of the kitchen now. The chicken, how long does it take? An hour?
Around an hour, yeah.
What do you got, Freddie? Where did you find that pan? Do you know where our beaters are for the mixer?
They were right, going to be in an hour. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix these around, beat them up. You'll see if we're going to get cut off here. So I'm going to mix these around, beat them up, and throw in the cheese, take them off the heat, and we'll post a final picture. All right. Sorry, guys. We got to go.
Yeah, we have 1 minute 36 seconds left.
Ready?
Yep.
Can I do it? It's like Top Chef.
It's 1 minute 25 seconds. Do you cook pasta in a cast iron pan too? No.
This is the first time I'm ever using a pan like
It's almost ready.
Use a pastry blender for the pots.
It's almost ready.
Wait.
Yeah, that's what we were looking for.
Yeah.
Mom, it's almost ready.
Oh, your dinner's almost ready? Yum.
How much time?
1 minute 3 seconds.
We're ready.
Are you using a convection oven for the chicken?
Yes.
Yes.
So you can turn the oven up a little bit.